Francophones believed Brexit would herald a new dawn for the French language, which they said would reign supreme once again when Britain eventually leaves the EU. However, the English language continues to go from strength to strength as the EU continues to push its expansion plans through Central and Eastern Europe. Many of the newer countries' diplomats spent their reduction studying English and not French, meaning the use of EU English, referred to as Globish, has become widespread across the bloc as different institutions. This has caused concern to the French-speaking EU officials who believed their language would make a dominant comeback. DESPITE Brexit news. France growing frustrated by rise of English language across EU despite Brexit. After Brexit, there is a big temptation to make English the language of reference. Sylvie Guillaume, a French MEP, said. After Brexit, there is a big temptation to make English the language of reference even more in the future. It worries me, because I don't really want you to end up speaking a language without subtlety on sensitive subjects. Last month, Paris EU Ambassador Philippe Leglis-Costa stormed out of a diplomatic meeting after the Council decided its new working group on the US long-term budget should only use English and would offer no translations. French President Emmanuel Macron said the French poet and writer of The Hunchback of Notre Dame would be a little disappointed by the lack of dominance by the French language. Mr. Macron said Victor Hugo believed that French would be the language of Europe, would today perhaps be a little disappointed. The Commission's chief negotiator Michel Barnier also proved his frustration at English being used after Brexit. At the beginning of talks, he had demanded that negotiation be conducted in both French and English, and then, at the March EU summit, he refused to speak to the press in English while delivering his latest negotiation message. Mr. Barnier said, "I'll speak French." Cultural diversity. Despite Brexit, the EU continues to bolster the English language as a key focus point in its future plans after the UK's Department. European Commissioner Mario Monti, last year, said English should become the EU's main language after Brexit. The bloc's new multi-annual finance framework for 2021-27. The EU insists translation services in the English language will also remain unaffected by Brexit. Leading EU figures continue to show the importance of the English language in their recent public appearances. Council President Donald Tusk delivers his speeches in English as the former Polish Prime Minister can only speak his mother tongue and German as well.